A legendary Christian relic, the Spear of Longinus, identified in folklore with the spear that pierced the side of Christ, John 19 verse 34, nearly 2,000 years ago. Occult legend states that whoever claims this spear and understands its occult significance holds the destiny of the world in his hands. According to Houston Stewart Chamberlain, British-born propagandist for anti-Semitism and the German philosophy of an Aryan master race, this spear was claimed by Constantine the Great, Justinian, Charles Martel, Charlemagne, and various German emperors, all men of destiny. This soldier was the blind Roman centurion Longinus. In one version of the story, Longinus stabbed Jesus and the blood and water sprayed the centurion in the eyes and restored his sight. Longinus, amazed and humbled by this miracle, later converted to Christianity and was eventually crucified for his beliefs in 45 AD. Longinus's spear, known subsequently as the Holy Lance, is said to have been imbued with great power, a talisman handed down through the centuries to power-hungry dukes, kings, and emperors. According to one legend, Saint Joseph of Arimathea, the man who buried Jesus, brought the lance to Britain in the 1st century AD. Joseph is often spoken of in various legends as having visited Britain and brought Christianity with him. One story even says he came to Cornwall and brought an infant Jesus along with him for the ride. The Spear of Destiny has often been described as a key to world power, a magic wand of war that gives its possessor the ability to command and conquer unopposed. In the 8th and 9th centuries, Charlemagne, the first Holy Roman Emperor, was supposed to have personally wielded the spear on 47 successful military campaigns. He supposedly dropped the lance one day, and then died right there and then. Early German king, Henry the Fowler, also carried the lance, according to legend. Henry was a leading Saxon king, and it passed down through other Saxon royal hands before finding its way to the famous warrior King Frederick Barbarossa, Holy Roman Emperor in the second half of the 12th century. Frederick conquered half of Italy and went on the Third Crusade. In Turkey, in 1190, while traveling to fight in the Holy Land, he is said to have dropped the lance in a creek and then drowned in the water minutes later. Before World War II, the Spear of Destiny, more properly known as the Maurice Spear, was exhibited in the Hofburg Museum in Vienna. It attracted the attention of the young Adolf Hitler, who linked it with legends of the Holy Grail and made his own plans to be a man of destiny. The spear held a special fascination for Hitler and his associates in the hothouse atmosphere of occultism and evil philosophies that gave rise to the Nazi plan for world domination. In 1935, Heinrich Himmler had a replica of the spear made and kept it in his private room. 3 years later, Hitler led his troops into Austria, the first stage of his plan for world conquest. One of his first acts was to remove the Spear of Destiny from the Hofburg Museum. The spear was buried beneath the Nuremberg fortress, where it was discovered on the day that Hitler shot himself in the Berlin bunker on April 30, 1945. It was recovered together with other treasures of the imperial collection. On January 6, 1946, these treasures were returned to the authorities at Vienna, and the spear was reinstated in the Hofburg Museum. Trevor Ravenscroft has compiled an exhaustive account of the story of the spear. The manner in which it influenced Hitler was integral to the occult philosophy that permeated the upper echelons of the Nazi movement and affected the actual events of World War II. Ravenscroft drew much of his unique research information from Walter Johannes Stein, 1891–1957, who knew Hitler as a young man and saw Hitler's books concerned with occultism and Grail legends, with copious manuscript notes by Hitler himself indicating the beginnings of his Nazi philosophy. If you like the video, please like and subscribe.